Look, I get it. You're working hard, you have a lot of demands, and you're doing it because you want to provide a standard of living for yourself and for your family because you deserve it. And why shouldn't you expect it considering the sacrifices that you make every single day to ensure that you show up for yourself and the people that you love? But the fact is, you're not present when you're with them. And the reason you're not is because of all that pressure that you have coming at you. When the phone rings, you respond. When there's a text, you drop everything and look at it. And so it's no surprise that those people that you love and care about so much, or you're doing everything for, feel like they're playing second fiddle to everything else that wants your attention. And you know what the really interesting thing is about that? You just think you're doing what you need to do so that you can create everything that you want. And you've come to believe that they don't see what's actually going on for you. But the truth is, they do. They know you're under pressure. And it might surprise you, but it weighs heavily on them as well. And let me be clear, I know why you're doing it. You're doing it because you want the certainty of knowing that you can provide for your family, so that you can achieve your most important goals, so that you can really see for yourself what you're truly capable of. I get it. I did that for years. It drove me day in and day out. And it wasn't until I started to actually stop and realize the toll it was taking on the different areas of my life, especially my home life with my wife. When I couldn't be present, the minute the phone rang, there's a customer, I have to take care of it. There's an important email I need to respond to. Here's a text. What is that? Hang on, do you mind? I'm just going to step outside and take care of this. While I said to her earlier, I want to take you out to lunch today, and I want to make time to be with you and to make time for us because I haven't been doing that. And so I want to do that today. Well, stop for a second and think, have you ever done that yourself? And then you get interrupted by something and all your attention goes toward that. Well, how do you think it makes that person that you love so much, who you decided to carve that time out for, feel in terms of where they rank in importance to you, in importance to your relationship? You see, once we lose perspective of what truly matters and the reason why we do what we do, and we start putting all of the other demands and expectations in front of everything else because we give it all the meaning instead of the things that truly have meaning in our lives, that is when the chaos begins. That's when it's difficult to feel like you've got this, like you have the certainty that you know what to do to make everything work. Here's something really important for you to recognize is you've probably been doing this for years. And so naturally, it just feels normal to you. You're like, I'm just out there doing what I need to do. And then there's that part of you that feels like people don't really understand just how much you're sacrificing to be able to give back to you and your family and create the life that you've all worked so very hard to achieve. And I get that. But here's the thing. If you can't stop long enough to really make time for you to enjoy your life, as a result of all the hard work and effort that you've made, for you to be able to truly be present and really want to be there for your family instead of all the so-called emergencies and things that you need to attend to, then what's the point? That was me for years. I was just chasing my tail. I had myself convinced that this is how it works. You just put your head down and you just go every single day in the hopes that somehow, some way, a time will come when you go, now it all makes sense. I finally figured it out, and now I can relax. I'm in a place where everything's just coming to me. Well, that's not how it works. You know this. This has been going on for years, and you've been just waiting for that time to come along where you can go, when this happens, then I'll finally slow down. But the truth is, you've been under it for so long that you've been trying to find ways to control it, to manage it. And you tell yourself, I'm going to turn the phone off, I'm going to put it away, and I'm not going to look at it. But the thing is, your mind never stops. You're always wondering, well, what is happening? Is there an emergency? Like, maybe I should just have a look at it for a moment. And even if you don't, the truth is, you're not present. When you're sitting at the table, your mind is somewhere else, dealing with a false emergency or maybe something that didn't go wrong, or wondering, did that invoice get paid? And waking up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, like I used to, wondering, how am I going to turn this around? How am I going to solve this issue that I have coming up today? What am I going to do to be able to make my business and my life make more sense and work better? Because the truth is, that's what you want, isn't it? I 100% get your motivation and why you're doing what you're doing. But the fact is, you are living out of alignment with who you want to be, how you saw your life unfolding, and what really matters to you, and the life that you want to experience in the way that means something to you and the people around you. And if you want to change that, I want to help you. The first thing is you need to make a decision and get honest with yourself that what you're doing right now is no longer something that you want for the future. That something has to change. Even if you don't know exactly what it is, it starts with making one decision, one clear, concise decision that I'm no longer going to settle for that. I'm going to start moving toward this, which is what I want. And the second thing, and probably the hardest for most of us men, as courageous as we are, is to have the courage to be willing to change. Because change is not something that comes easy. And often we think about, well, what am I going to have to give up? Maybe I don't want to give that up. Maybe there's certain parts of my life that I like. Well, that's okay. We're not talking about completely turning your life upside down. What I'm talking to you about right now is getting clear on what you want and being courageous enough to step into the change that's required for you to get to where you want to go so life actually makes sense for you. So that you have a business that's working for you instead of you feeling that you're being chased by one constantly, morning, noon, and night at the cost of your happiness and your health and the people around you.